Hello, Wildcats, and welcome to 212 Today. On this fine podcast, we'll be focusing on the expansive world of music and all it has to offer. We're your hosts, Finlines Lutz and Jackson Reed.
Well, actually, my name is Julia, you inconsiderate little mom sis.
Stop using big words, Jackson. You know I don't understand them.
You know what? I'm just gonna pretend you're not here.
Yeah, well, I've been pretending you're not here.
I know. You refuse to acknowledge that I'm not Jackson.
Jackson, quit this frivolous chit-chat. We must start the podcast.
Fine. Who's gonna start anyway? Sky? Who the heckly heck is Sky anyhow? What a godforsaken name.
Please hold off criticism until the mics are off. Now, as you were saying, Jackson, Sky is going into the deepest depths of the darkest alleyways and asking what genre the hermits flock to.
After Sky is done spreading hearsay, the god himself, Adrian, will spread word of upcoming bands with his honeyed voice.
Wait, do you hear Jackson?
When is Jackson?
Shut up. Never mind. He's here, just not himself. Anyway, now we can get back to moving on with this trash shoot. Next, Zoe will low-key travel the globe to discover the tunes celebrated around the world.
I swear to Tiki Taka Waka Whippy Lippy Sohu Spocky Poo if you don't start speaking normally.
Aha, the oldest god. Surely he advocates Jack's next segment on music to improve mental health.
I think you need to improve your mental health.
Oh, is that so? Maybe you can enlighten me while Sky fabricates noises that resemble words for the next 3 minutes. You sorry excuse for a Sadian being.
What's up guys, it's Sky, and today I'm going to be asking people what their favorite kind of music is. Let's get right into it.
What's your name?
Emma.
What's your favorite kind of music?
I don't know. I like everything.
Your name? Cheyenne. What's your favorite kind of music?
Country music.
What's your favorite kind of music?
Rap.
Okay. What's your favorite music?
Yee music.
What? That's fun.
Alright guys, well there it is. A lot of people have a bunch of different kinds of music tastes because there's so many genres. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Thanks, Sky. You sound as dead inside as ever.
Why are you screaming?
I'm not. Are you okay?
Next up, Adrian with the newest of the new, hot, and upcoming bands. Best hop on that bandwagon now before it's too late.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. My name is Adrian, and today's topic is about new and upcoming bands and solo artists of 2019. Solo artist Lindsey Jordan, also known as Snail Mail, is a young solo artist who, back in 2018, released an album titled Lush. Before the new band members, Lindsey had already manifested a great singing voice and guitar playing skills. Personally, I think in a couple more years, this will be a really vibrant band. Next up is Greta Van Fleet. A band of 3 brothers and a family friend, Greta Van Fleet have made a very big name for themselves, sounding a lot like Led Zeppelin. The band has released 2 EPs and 1 album from the past 2 years. And it's easy to hear that their sound is largely inspired by 1970s rock. Through this, the band has been getting a lot of buzz from the new and older fans of the genre. Lastly, solo artist Grandson, or also known as Jordan Benjamin, is an artist who incorporates multiple aspects of different genres into his music, like pop, rock, and alternative, and has a huge excitement to his music. Not only that, Grandson also goes in depth and adds huge detail to what he's saying in his music. Snail Mail, Grandson, and Greta Van Fleet are only 3 examples of solo artists and bands that are on the rise in 2019. And there are still plenty of solo artists and bands that are yet to be discovered. So thanks for tuning in and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Wow, Adrian, that was simply stupendous.
Absolutely amazing.
Insanely insightful.
But just as life goes on, you will die, and Zoe, the main woman herself, will take your place as she searches the world for sick tunes. Let us join her, shall we, my dudes?
Hey there, Wildcats. It's me, ya boy, Zoe, back at it again with another segment. This time I'm talking about music across the world. I've always been one to listen to multiple genres and multiple languages. From American rock and roll, to alternative, to Broadway, to Korean, to Spanish, to Russian. I'm not really one for language barriers. To me, music is music, no matter the language or where it's from in the world. Now I get how back in the past this might have been like an issue, and it's why that we had more segregated music. If you were American, you listened to American stuff. But nowadays, we live in a world where, I don't know, if you don't know the lyrics to a song in Spanish, you can go on Google and look up the lyrics, something that you weren't able to 20 years ago. People's reactions are always really weird though when I say that I listen to music that's like not American. It's like when I first got into Korean music, I got into it because one of my friends told me to look into this group, so I did. When I started telling all my other friends about it, I got weird looks because how can you understand it? It's not English. Yeah, so what? Despacito wasn't English. Neither was Gangnam Style. Like, honestly, it's 2019. All you have to do if you want to understand the song is go on Google and look up the translation. I mean, honestly, all I need is like a good beat, good vocals, and a decent message. It doesn't matter if it's in a different language. Music is music. I've listened to K-pop, I've listened to Spanish, I've listened to Russian and Indian and American because, as I said before, if it's got a good beat, I consider it a bop, and if it's a bop, I'm gonna listen to it. The world is really, really big, and if you only focus on one part of the world, like American music, you're missing out on so much talent and on opportunities of finding new music that you actually might like. Like, honestly, if you're looking for, like, bands and stuff, I can tell you some good bands. If you're looking for Korean stuff, there's a couple of really good groups have been starting to gain traction in the US because people are starting to realize you can kind of get past the language barrier with subtitles and music lyric videos. Some of the high groups, I would recommend groups like BTS, Blackpink, EXO, GOT7, and Red Velvet. Two Spanish artists that I listen to a lot would probably be Shakira because I grew up with her, and then another artist called Daddy Yankee. Really good music. And then there's a couple of like really good Indian bands too, like Parikrama or Koshish. Highly recommended. Sometimes it's okay to not understand it if you just enjoy it. Anyways, that's all for me. Adios.
Don't they understand that American music is clearly superior?
Whoa, cool down that oven, Hitler. Just because they're different doesn't mean that they're bad. I'm just kidding, you humor challenge, get.
Woo! Nearly had me out of my chair. Anyway, let's move on to my main man, Jack. You got this, buddy.
Are you looking for an easy way to transform your mood? Cue the music. Studies have shown that music can easily change your mood and reduce stress. Listening to music before surgery can even improve your operation. But how can music do such good? Music seems to selectively activate systems and brain structures associated with positive mood, emotions, attention, and memory in beneficial ways. A 2016 study found that listening to music could boost mood and well-being in people suffering from cognitive decline. The benefits of music can be compared to those of meditation. Both practices are potentially powerful tools in improving not only mood, but sleep quality as well. If music listening seems more practicable to you than meditating, then these findings are great news. But music can also do the exact opposite. It can agitate and unsettle, as experts have learned. Silence can be better than random listening sometimes. Just turn on any old music and you might get a stressful response. For example, turn on any of the creepy things from Halloween or The Shining to increase your anxiety rather than get rid of it. Along with inducing stress, the raw music can promote other unhelpful mental states or other negative emotions, like anger, aggression, or sadness. Much the same way you can counteract these feelings. Why exactly? The rhythm and other characteristics of the songs we select can modulate our heart rates and brain's activity. Tracks with slow tempo, gradual chord progressions, and drawn-out notes tend to be calming, while chaotic and up-tempo music tends to have the opposite effect. But all this is subjective. There are still plenty of people that soothe themselves by listening to speed metal like AC/DC. There's no one piece of music that will do the same thing for everyone. If you're looking to use music to de-stress, pump yourself up or otherwise shift your mental or emotional state to create an even deeper connection between music and your health, consider music therapy. It helps people discover themselves through music. Music therapy can take several forms, like singing or listening to music and playing instruments. Music is a way to bypass our rational side and to get in touch with the emotional life we often keep hidden. If people are having trouble, there's usually a way that music can help.
What a doozy this podcast has been. What do you think, Julia?
I was nearly blown out of my britches by how spot on that analysis of yours is, Finn.
Are you bleeding?
Oh. Well, would you look at that? I am. Oh, God. This hurts.
Ah, Jackson, you're finally back. I was beginning to wonder if that was even you in that sack of flesh. And if I may ask, is that Gucci?
Oh, well, of course it is. Did you really think I would leave you to do this podcast all by yourself, bud?
Well, my dad sure did.
Yes, he sure did. Well, at any rate, thanks you wacky wildcats for tuning into this edition of 212 Today.
This has been your host, Finn Lyons Lutz.
Jackson Reed, and we'll see you next time.